Dear students, welcome back to the online sessions on embedded systems. In the previous session, we have completed the keyboard interfacing with 8051 microcontroller. In today's session, we'll try to complete the LCD interfacing to the 8051 microcontroller. So we'll be having different LCD devices in the market, which are going to be of size 16 by 2, 32 by 4, okay, 128 by 8. So like the different sizes of LCDs are normally there in the market. So in the syllabus we have only 16, we have only 2 by 16 LCD display, where we normally going to have two lines and 16 characters. Each line is going to have 16 characters. So that is the LCD display we have in the syllabus. So therefore we just only cover only that particular part of interfacing the LCD of 2 by 16 to the 8051 microcontroller. That means here, that means the entire application consists of pressing a key from the keypad or a matrix keyboard, and that whatever that we have pressed has to be displayed onto the LCD display unit. So here in the last class, we discussed about how to take the data into the microcontroller when a key is pressed. Now, how to display the data which is there in the microcontroller into the LCD. So we'll see the second part of this, displaying data into the LCD. So LCD display has two lines of characters, 16 characters per line. So it's going to be something like two lines. Each line is going to have 16 characters. Now each character is composed of a matrix of pixel size 5 by 8. Now this is important here. So here in the syllabus we have only this matrix pixel size of 5 by 8. So we have to initialize these pixel sizes before we start our programming with uh, LCD interfacing. So the matrix is controlled by some certain controllers. So this is Hitachi HD44780 controller can be used to control this particular LCD projector, LCD display, which performs all the operations that are required to run the matrix. So now how this controller is normally going to perform, this output of controller can be given to the LCD. So the control operations done in accordance with the instructions it receives from the 8051 microcontroller as described below. Now, what is the basic structure of block diagram of LCD? LCD is going to have 7 data pins. See here DB0 to DB7. That means there are going to be put together 8 data pins. So LCD display is normally going to have 8 data pins, and these 8 data pins will be connected to the microcontroller data pins directly by using a parallel communications. So we can usually we transmit data from 8051 to LCD using a parallel communication control. That means there are two types of communications, as we already know. That is going to be the serial communication. Other one is going to be the parallel communication. So using parallel communication, we transfer the data from 8051 microcontroller to the LCD display. Now, apart from this, now what I have shown here is going to be the most important pins, which are very much required whenever we want to read or write into the LCD display. We can read data from LCD display, we can write data into the LCD display, but usually LCD is normally known as something like a monitor, which is used to show the data on a display. That is what the LCD projector means. So this is electronic chip. So it is going to have power supply VDD and VSS. V0 is grounded. There is a one ground line. Now there are two power supplies given to LCD. One power supply, something like VCC or VDD, is normally used to enable the electronic device. The next supply VSS is normally used to give the energy, give the energy for a light to light intensity. See here, the background is going to be green light. This green light is the result of this particular VSS. So based on the amount of this VSS we apply, accordingly we normally going to get this particular background color. On this background color, letters are displayed with a black letter words. Then apart from data pins, apart from VCC, ground and VSS, it is going to have three important other pins which we use continuously in the programming. that is called as register select. RS stands for register select. So R/W stands for read write. E stands for enabling the this particular LCD display unit. Register select is normally used to select the two different types of operations which we can perform using the LCD. One is that we can transfer the control signals to the LCD, and also we can transfer data into the LCD to be displayed. So these two are the control signals. Now these two control signals can be managed by using this particular RS pin. Okay, if RS is equal to 0, then this particular LCD is used to receive the commands. If RS is equal to 1, LCD is normally designed or presetted to, to take the data as the input. R/W means what? If R is equal to 1, it should be something like R/W bar in general, but it is not given in this particular chip. It is given as only R/W. So if R is equal to 1, it is going to used in the read mode. That means whatever displayed on the LCD can be used to read into the microcontroller. If W is equal to 0, that means if this pin is equal to 0, then it is ready to get displayed as a display unit. E is going to enable the LCD chip. So E is normally used to have the LCD chip. That means here it is enable pin, W pin, RS pin are very important pins using which we continuously program the LCD display unit. See, now this is the practical LCD display basic diagram. So this is how the LCD display is normally going to be there. Now inside this LCD display, for a display unit, you normally going to have some jelly like crystal is normally placed inside this. And in this jelly like crystal, this particular matrix letters will be simply placed over here, so that with a particular resolution of 5 by 8 pixels. So we are going to use here 5 by 8 pixel resolution here to display the characters on the display unit. And this unit is going to have 2 rows and 16 columns. So each column is going to store one character, one ASCII character. So this is what the basic custom display. Now see this, it is going to support the parallel communication. So using this parallel ports, this is a parallel port now. Using this parallel port, the data or command will be simply placed onto the display unit. Okay. So similarly, we're going to have different types of LCD display units. One display unit is going to have background is going to be the green color. Some displays will get background with yellow color. Some displays we get background with a violet color. So like this, different colors of the background will be normally coming based on the type of the liquid crystal we use, jelly liquid we use inside the material. So all that is going to be the material science. Internally, which one has to be there for us, it depends on the material science. So we are not going to concern about that particular thing. We are only concerned with how to program the 8051 microcontroller so that we can have an interfacing between 8051 and LCD display. That's all we are looking into here. Okay. So after we go with the basic display unit, let us start going with the interfacing with 8051 microcontroller. So let us suppose this is an LCD display unit, and we'll be interfacing this LCD display unit with the 8051 microcontroller. So this is what I was talking to you continuously. The advantage of microcontroller is that we can interface, we can use the pins of 8051 directly to connect to a particular external peripherals. So here LCD is external peripheral. So we are using these pins to connect to the LCD directly without any interfacing devices in between, or without any peripheral interfaces in between the microcontroller and the LCD display unit. So with this, what happens is the size of the circuit is normally going to become very small, and the hard coding is going to be done. Thereby the speed of execution is going to be tremendously high if you normally use the microcontrollers instead of a microprocessors. Now this is the advantages which we are going to have. See here, the port 1 from 0 to 7 pins are directly connected to the 8 pins of the LCD display unit, which is normally used to transmit command as well as data using the parallel communication mode. Then other pins is something like register select, read write, enable is directly connected to the port 2 0, port 2 1, port 2 second pin. So port 2, 0 pin of port 2 is connected to RS. First pin of port 2 is connected to R by W. Second pin of port is connected to E, that is called enable pin. And anyway, these are going to be fixed things. VCC, VEE, VSS are going to be fixed things. So we don't touch this. Now, apart from this, for a microcontroller to operate, it needs a crystal oscillator. So therefore, we're going to use the crystals. Crystal connection will be there. And there should be a reset pin. That means by pressing the reset pin, all the registers should be reinitialized to the initial values. So therefore, we normally going to use a reset pin with a simple capacitor followed by in parallel to the switch. This is nothing but a switch S. So using the switch S, we perform the operation known as reset operations. So once we press reset, switch is closed, and whatever capacitor is there which has been charged to VCC now is normally going to get discharged. Okay, and this reset pin is normally going to after this particular thing is released, then the capacitor is normally going to charge through this particular resistor R to the ground in this total path. This is current flows from higher potential, lower potential. It comes from capacitor, resistor R, and then ground, and from ground again VCC. So in this path, the capacitor is normally going to charge, and reset value is normally going to become equal to 1. When reset is 1, the circuit is normally going to operate based on the instructions that it is really going to have inside. Okay, so this is what the basic interfacing diagram of 8051 with the LCD display unit. So what is most important here, what we can say is that these pins are important. 3 pins you should remember compulsorily. Okay, and always we connect this port 1 pins to this. So port 1 is taken as output port, and this port is normally connected to the pins D0 to D7 of the LCD display. And these 3 pins are also very much important, and we are continuously going to use port 2 for to enable these particular operations. Now, in the case of this LCD display unit, whatever may be the type of LCD, whether it is 16 by 2, 32 by 4, whatever it is, but these lines, these ports are going to be used exactly in a similar manner. We are not going to have any changes in these particular ports. So this is the advantage of using 8051 microcontroller to interface an LCD. Okay, so we'll try to go with the program. Before we go with the program, we have to first of all go with the basic instructions. I mean to say, yeah. So here pin descriptions, as I was talking to you now, there are 3 pins which are essential, right? So anyway, VCC is the plus 5 volts power supply, VSS is going to be taken as ground, and VE is going to be another power supply to control the contrast on the LCD. That is, we are getting a background as green color with some intensity, yellow color or violet color. Okay, so those colors intensities can be really adjusted by using this VE. Okay, now what is RS? RS is nothing but register select. If this RS is equal to 0, it is normally used to select the command register inside the LCD display unit. If RS is equal to, it selects the data register. That means whatever that is placed on the P1 port will be simply going into the data register if RS is made equal to 1. If RS is made equal to 0, whatever there on the P1 port bit, whatever there on the P1 port will be simply placed into the command register. From that command register, it will simply go and execute the instructions for the display unit as a command. And E is going to be known as enable. E is going to be known as enable pin. So it is the device is going to get enabled by using this particular pin, and these 8 pins are going to be used for the data bytes pins, DB0 pins. Now these 8 bits are normally used to get the commands and data from the microcontroller into the LCD display unit. Then apart from this, we should compulsorily know about some of the LCD command codes. Now among these command codes, I put some command codes with a uh, star indication. Okay, I've ticked this. I made a tick mark also. These are going to be very regular LCD commands which we normally going to use at the beginning of every LCD programs. Okay. So let us start going with this understanding about this now. See here. Now this is nothing but the hexadecimal code which we use. That means 01 is to clear the display screen. That means before we are going to display any information, any data onto the display unit, we are going to clear it beforehand. So that anything is there earlier, that will be erased, and whatever data you're going to display, that will be displayed. That's why first of all we have to do the clear screen operation. So therefore that is an important thing. So therefore I put this tick mark. The next is we can adjust using these commands. Why we have to use the command codes? Using command codes, you can instruct the LCD display unit from where the data can be displayed. That means from which position in the LCD display data you want to display. That you really can able to control. Like if you put 06 hexadecimal code, if you use, then it is normally used to increment cursor. So shift cursor to the right. So it is normally increments the cursor towards right by one character. By one character it is going to get shift. If it is 404, it is going to decrement the cursor. Decrement the cursor, it shifts the cursor to the left. That means to shift the cursor to the right, we use 606. To shift the cursor to the left, we use 04. Like that, we normally going to use several operations here. Okay, several control signals will pass to the LCD display unit. Next one is that another important one is going to be 0E we use. 0E is nothing but display on. Display should be turned into on condition and cursor should be blinking. So if you want blinking cursor, then we normally going to use this 0E pin. The next one is going to be very important one is 80. This 80 is normally used for a cursor to force the cursor to get into the beginning of the first line, first place. That means it is going to be a 2x16 register. That means it is going to have 2 columns, 2 rows, 16 columns. So 80H means what? It forces the cursor to the beginning of the first line and first place. The cursor will be simply placed in the first row, first place. Similarly, C0 forces the cursor to the beginning of the second line, first place. That means if at all you want to display data only on the second line, then you can just simply display data on the second line by sending the command C0 and then data. Similarly, 38 is normally going to enable 2 lines and 5x7 matrix, 2 by 7 matrix pixels. So this is what the basic commands which we use before we normally going to start transmitting data into the LCD display unit. Okay, so these are the commands, very important commands which we normally going to use. So we should remember about certain things, like we should remember about RS, R by W, E, and you should aware about these important commands called 01, 06, 0E, 80, C0, 38. So these are the commands which we are going to use continuously to write a program using the LCD display unit. Now we are writing a program. We are writing a program to display some character, to display or to send commands and to send the data onto the LCD display unit without using the busy signal. Now there is going to be one more operation here called as busy signal operation, busy flag. So that means if at all you wanted to apply more control, when a LCD is normally going to perform the operations of transferring data from 8051 to LCD, and until the LCD is keep on displaying, the busy flag will be set to 1. That means it states that the busy flag is set. If at all 8051 want to send some data onto this particular screen, it cannot send because busy flag is set. So when busy flag is not set, it is reset, then it can send the data or a command into the into the display unit, into the LCD display unit. So here we are not bothering about that particular part of busy flag. So without looking into busy flag, we are writing this program. Okay. So our intention is to send command and send data to the LCD unit from the 8051 microcontroller. That is the program that we are writing. Okay. So to write this, what is so important here is that we're going to use the delay programs, because we should give some time for the LCD to once again reset to the appropriate operations. Okay. That means if you send a command like, clear the screen. So after we send a command clear screen, we'll wait for some 20 millisecond time period, so that the cursor is going to get cleared and time will be left after clearing, so that the microcontroller can send the data after 20 milliseconds. So like that, the delay program is very much essential in interfacing with LCD display units. And we are using port 1. All 8 pins have been used of port 1 are connected to the LCD data pins D0 to D7. This is what interfacing we have seen. Port 2 pins are used to connect to the RS pin of LCD, RW pin of LCD, and E pin of LCD. That means 0th pin of port 2 is used to connect to RS pin of LCD. First pin of port 2 is used to connect to the RW pin, and similarly second pin of port 2 is used to connect to the E pin of LCD. Now we'll start working with doing the program. So ORG0H is to initialize the microcontroller. So next after this, what is that we are doing? Let us see. See, these 3 steps we are going to repeat for all the commands. These 3 steps are simply going to get repeated for all the commands whenever we wanted to send. Let us see them now. First of all, we are giving an instruction, move 38H into the A. Now this 38H, how I am moving? Immediate data transfer. Hash is there, no? That means we are using immediate addressing mode, immediate transfer addressing mode. So this is what directly 38 is normally placed in the accumulator A. Now what does it mean now? It is something like we are initializing. It is called init operation, called as initialization operation, where it initializes LCD 2 lines, 5x7 matrix, 5x7 matrix. That means it is going to use 5x7 pixel matrix size. So that's what to initialize the LCD display unit. So after initializing, what is that I'm doing here? I'm calling absolute call instruction to this particular subroutine. That is called go to the command working program. Okay, command writing program. This is called COMN writing command. That means we are writing the command. We want to write command onto the LCD display. So writing command onto LCD display. Now this control goes to this particular location now. Right. So those who know C programming, it becomes very easy for all of them, because it is similar to C programming only. So now the control comes to this particular location. Now in this location, what we are doing, let us see. Whatever there in accumulator. Earlier, what is there in accumulator? The command 38H is the command which is there in the accumulator. Now the interfacing means we should know these commands, basic commands. So please list all these basic commands that I put with star letter while preparing this, because these commands, whatever that I put with star, will be used continuously in each and every program whenever we are going to interface LCD. And these 3 pins also we are going to use continuously whenever we are going to use LCD. And next part you should remember is that interfacing. So interfacing means you should remember about this interfacing, that is the P 2.0 is connected to RS, P 2.1 is connected to R by W, P 2.0 is connected to the E, and port 1, 8 pins are connected to the 8 data pins of the LCD. So this is what you should remember to write your program. So after we understand about those pin connections, we are going with the programming now. So after this call, absolute call to this command writing into the LCD, the control comes over here. Now here I'm transferring contents of A into P1 because command has to be placed into the port 1. So therefore this command I'm placing into port 1. After this, we should operate for command mode. We are not transferring data, we are transferring command. Therefore, the P2.0 pin has to be cleared. So therefore I use the instruction called CLR P2.0. It simply clears the P2.0 pin. That means P2.0 is cleared means what? 0 is placed in the P2.0. That 0 is normally given into the RS register. That means this RS pin is normally going to get the value 0. 0 RS is equal to 0 means what? It is going to use it like a command mode. So the LCD is now working in a command mode. After this, we are clearing P2.1. P2.1 means what? R by W is equal to 0 means we are going to use this for write operation. See, remember, whenever you are going to do only write operation, what you can do? What you can do? This particular R by W bar pin or R by W pin can be connected to ground continuously. If it is connected to ground continuously, then I need not use this particular pin P2.1. I can use that pin for some other interfacing application, for some other activities in my programming, in my design. So therefore, that is what one option that we can have when we know that LCD is normally used only for displaying purpose. That provision we can have it over there. Okay, that is what you should remember, that compulsorily. So if at all you're going to use LCD only for display unit, now you can connect this R by W pin directly to the ground by saving this particular P2.1 pin. Anyway, here we are using this both for writing and reading, so therefore we have to use this. If at all you're going to use this particular R by W for read as well as for write, then compulsorily you have to use this particular pin like this from one of the port of the microcontroller. Then enable pin should be high. See here, whenever we are going to get a command, what is so important is that whenever you're going to use a command, uh, the enable pin should go from high to low. When the enable pin, while the enable pin is going from high to low, then only the command is simply placed into the command register. That is the instruction given to the buffer, so that whatever data which is there on the data pins will be simply latched into the command register. That means will be stored into the command register. So therefore E is equal to 1 for high pulse. Now next I am calling a delay program. Absolute call delay, the control goes to the delay program. So here in this delay program, I am going to wait for a couple of milliseconds here. So just simple delay program I am writing here. I am initializing the some register R3 with some 50. Then I'm initializing the register R4 with 255. Right. Then I am writing an instruction decrement R4 register and jump if not 0. Jump if not 0. So initially 255. 255 is not 255 less than 1 means what? It is 254. 254 is not equal to 0. 0 flag is not set. So therefore what happens? Jump to this here. Jump to here label. Where is the here label? Here only. That means the control once again comes to the beginning of this instruction. Now continuously the R4 register contents are decremented until it becomes equal to 0. Once it becomes 0, what happens? Condition is false. Control comes to the next instruction. In the next instruction, what is that I have? Decrement R3 register. Earlier R3 was 50. Decrement means what? 49. Okay, if it is not 0, go to here 2. Here 2 is here. Control comes here. Move 255 into R4. That means I am reinitializing R4 to 255. And once again, I will be in this particular loop for 255 times. That means how many times this loop is, how many iterations it is doing? it is simply equal to 50 into 255 iterations it is doing. Right. After that, we are seeing return. Return means what? Where did I call this program? Here. Next control comes here. Then here I am using clear P2.2. This clear P2.2 means what? 0 is placed on 2.2. That 0 is normally connected to the enable pin. That means a high to low pulse is been given. Pulse is been given in a with a some particular time period of approximately 450 nanoseconds. So minimum you have to give 450 nanoseconds time for the LCD display to get initialized to this command. Now this command will be simply executed after this particular time period. So this is how we normally going to execute this particular thing. After this, we're going to have a statement called return, where the control will go to, I have called this program here, convert, control comes to the next program here called delay. Absolute call, a call delay means what? Once again, control goes to delay program. Already we have seen the delay program. The control comes to this delay program. It simply wastes some time. That means this time is nothing but delay time is nothing but it is going to be in this loop for certain time period. Approximately 450 nanoseconds it is going to be there in this particular loop, so that some time delay is going to happen. So intentionally we are going to put this time delay so that the LCD display unit can get set to the appropriate instructions, can get reset for the new instructions which are going to come. Okay, after this particular thing, delay program, then I'm giving another instruction called display on, cursor on. So 0E, that means what? The cursor will be blinking. Display on and blinking the cursor. So I can blink the cursor by using the instruction 0E. So we have seen this 0E instruction earlier. See, 0E is nothing but cursor on and the cursor is blinking. Display on and blinking is 0E. So therefore, I'm going to use this particular instruction. The cursor is normally going to blink, and same set of these two instructions are simply repeated here. A call command to write and a call delay. After this, once again, I'm using another instruction called 01 is copied to A, means what? It is normally used to clear the LCD display unit. It clears the display unit. After that, we wait for this much time delay. Then 06H. 06H is a command. We are giving it to the LCD display unit via accumulator. So this 06 means what? Shift cursor to the right. So just now we have seen in the previous slide 06. So 06 is a command to increment cursor and shift the cursor to the right. So whenever we implement 06, the cursor will be shifted towards right. It is incremented and shifted towards right. So shift the cursor towards right after incrementing is what called this particular instruction. Then same set of instructions. Now this particular instruction is going to execute by following this. That means after this executes, the cursor will be shifting towards right by one character. So that is how it happens. The next instruction is what I'm doing now. Cursor at line 1, position 1. Now move 84A. What is 80A? We have seen here 80A. The instruction 80A forces the cursor to come to beginning of the first line. First place is 80A. What is 84? 80 is first place, 81 second place, 82 third place, 84 fourth place. Like that, the control simply comes to the, so the control comes to the fifth place, okay, of the display unit. So the cursor will be at line 1 and position 4. If you start from positions from 0, it will be at position 4. Then after that, this command has to be executed. So 84, that means cursor has to move to that particular fourth position. So to execute that command, we have to call this a call command to write. So after execution of this, the cursor will be simply moving at the fourth position. Then delay, wait for some time. Then next, I want to display this character N onto the display unit. That means on the fourth position, I want to display N. So this N is normally displayed on the fourth position. What is that I'm doing now? I'm simply sending this character. How I recognize character? By putting them in single quotes, it is called as a character. And by prefixing it by hash symbol, it is called immediate addressing mode. This N is transferred to A. Then later on, A called data write. Now I want to write data N into the display unit. So for this, the control simply goes to this particular data write. Here is data write. So whatever the contents of A, the contents of A is going to be N we have stored. A is placed onto the port 1, which is known as output port. Then after this, next important point is what? P 2.0. What is 2.0? P 2.0 is nothing but the RS register. So RS register I have to set. RS should be set is equal to 1. Therefore, I say set bit, that is called set B, called as set bit P 2.0. P 2.0 contents, the bus value is going to be made equal to 1. This 1 is connected to RS register. RS register stores 1. It says that this is for data. Then after this set B, then I'm going to use clear P 2.0, means what? W is equal to 0 I am making, because I want to display data onto the LCD display unit. Therefore, this has to be cleared. Same thing. Then next, I'm enabling the enable pen, because I want to enable the operation now. Then I'm calling a delay, then I'm simply clearing the enable. That means whenever there is a signal from high to low, then only the command or data will be simply placed onto the display unit from its internal registers. So this is how we normally going to perform this particular operation. So like this, after we execute this data write instruction, then absolute call delay. Then I want, if at all you want to write 0 O onto the, want to display O onto the display unit, we can just once again re-execute the same set of instructions. Then I'm using a short jump again. So continuously we will be in this particular loop until the reset button is pressed. So the display unit is not doing anything. It is simply staying in that particular previous value only. So like this, we can interface an LCD display unit with the 8051 microcontroller. So this is the program, very, very important program. For the examination point of view, whenever a display interfacing is normally asked for interfacing with LCD is asked with 8051, then you are supposed to write this program. For in the examination, you're going to write only program by mentioning these minimum things. But to write this program, what is important? You should know these commands compulsorily, you should know these signals compulsorily, and you should know the interfacing diagram compulsorily. So if you know all this, then only you can able to write the program. So this is what the difficulties in the assembly code. Whenever you want to write assembly code, you should know the architecture of interfacing. You should know the instructions. You should know the commands, right? Then only you can able to write an assembly language code. Okay. So with this, we'll stop our session with LCD interfacing. Right. In next session, what we do is we try to mingle. That means we try to join the LCD program with a keyboard program, and by pressing a key with a keyboard, that key has to be placed onto the LCD display. That what we'll do in the next class. Because what is that actually we are doing? We are simply joining the keyboard interfacing with LCD interfacing. By joining these two, we normally going to connect the keyboard as well as LCD to the 8051 microcontroller unit. Let us try to see that program in the next session. Thank you very much for today's session.